Welcome to Newswatch. Tonight we will be bringing you updates on a lawsuit closing between Iowa State and an ISU women's tennis player,
as well as updates on the Kavanaugh case.
Stay tuned, you're watching Newswatch.
Welcome to our October 2nd edition of Newswatch. I'm Ryan Hinrichs.
And I'm Hollie Schlesselman. Thank you for joining us. Greenlee students should start preparing for the annual Jumpstart Internship and Networking Fair on October 17th. As usual, the Greenlee School of Journalism and Communication will be hosting their internship fair from noon to 4 in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. Today was the first workshop to spruce up your resume, but if you didn't make it, that is okay. There is another chance to learn more about internships before the Jumpstart Fair on October 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. For more information, check out the Greenlee School website at www.greenlee.iastate.edu.
Danfoss Power Solutions announced on Monday the company will invest $1.8 million towards the purchase and installation of a state-of-the-art off-road vehicle chassis dynamometer at the ISU Agronomy and Agriculture Engineering Farm. The vehicle chassis dynamometer will be part of one of the few public facilities in the world dedicated to testing off-road vehicles in different conditions, such as varying levels of acceleration, braking, speed, and road grades. In total, the facility will cost just under $3 million. A groundbreaking ceremony will be at 8 a.m. on Friday at 1308 U Avenue. Completion of the project is expected to be done by the summer of 2019.
Former ISU tennis player Erin Freeman settled her civil rights complaint against the university for $100,000. Freeman's initial complaint against ISU cited an abuse of Title IX and federal anti-discrimination legislation. Freeman stated, quote, "Representatives of Iowa State University created a hostile educational environment, have enlisted other student athletes in their efforts to drive me and the only other African-American team member out of the women's tennis program, and have deprived me of educational opportunities based on my race," unquote. Freeman had been suspended from the Cyclones team on April 11th and was reinstated on May 9th. 8th.
Investigators are trying to determine who spray painted the words "Report Illegals" on the sidewalk near the high school in Perry, Iowa. The vandalism included the phone numbers of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This incident happened during the town's annual Latino Festival. The local police painted over the message shortly after it was found. Immigration lawyer Tim Farmer says the vandalism is unfortunate because, quote, "It's important for people to get to know immigrants as human beings," end quote.
Police say that the human remains found in Iowa belong to an Arkansas woman who went missing nearly 10 years ago. Mason City Police said that the remains belong to Chirilla Ann Doyle, who went missing in October of 2008. The suspected cause of death and reason why she was in Iowa have not been released. However, police say that she left Arkansas via bus voluntarily. Doyle had retired from the Pea Ridge Police Department shortly before she was reported missing. She was 51 years old.
After the break, we'll have your latest updates on the Kavanaugh vote coming up later this week. Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch.
Save the Bears. Sign the petition. Go to helpbears.org. That's helpbears.org.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Cell phone users should be on alert for a text message from President Donald Trump as the Federal Emergency Management Agency tests the first presidential level wireless emergency alert. The alert will be October 3rd at 1:18 p.m. Central Time to assess its operational readiness and make improvements as needed. There will also be alerts issued for radio and television at 1:20 p.m. Central Time the same day.
A recent viral video exposed a 10-year-old boy getting a permanent tattoo in a living room in Ohio. Investigators visited the child's home and found his mother was aware of and approved of the tattoo. In Ohio, it is legal to tattoo a child with parental consent. Regardless, state laws require tattoos must be done in a safe and sanitary environment. Nick Harrison, an artist at a local tattoo shop, said, quote, "A 10-year-old, even with his mom, asking for a tattoo would be laughed out the door," end quote. The 16-year-old tattoo artist is now facing 2 misdemeanor counts of delinquency, though the investigation is still ongoing.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said today that Democrats have a series of demands before voting on Judge Brett Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court. The demands include publicly releasing the directive given to the FBI to brief the senators, and a public release of the FBI report. However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has since announced that the report will not be made public. It still has not been decided when the Senate will vote on Kavanaugh.
A 22-year-old mother was critically wounded during a drive-by shooting in West Philadelphia Friday night. During the shooting, Dawn Boyd sacrificed her body as a shield to protect her daughter and her friend's child. Boyd was hit over a dozen times during the incident while the children were unharmed physically. Boyd died on Saturday in the hospital with her family. Her father said, quote, "She is my hero," end quote. There is a GoFundMe page set up to help the family pay for funeral expenses. As of the noon hour, it was halfway to the $8,000 goal.
We'll have Jacob Voss with our weather report.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jacob Voss. Let's take a look at your weather for this evening. It's been cloudy. It's been rainy all last weekend, all the beginning of this week. Here's a couple of showers that pushed through just earlier on this afternoon. We've been pretty chilly throughout the day. 57 degrees right now in Ames. Our temperatures are actually going to be warming overnight. You can see those warmer temperatures down in Kansas City, 78 degrees. That's going to push up to the north as we go into the overnight hours and into tomorrow. It's going to be very warm, very windy, return of summer as we go into tomorrow. Then cool temperatures are going to be right back for us here on Thursday. Then rain, rain, rain as we head into the weekend. We're going to have a lot of rain on the way. Here's that warm front pushing through overnight, pushing back up to the north, still remaining cloudy in the morning tomorrow. We'll see a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon hours. It's going to be very warm, very windy out of the southwest, and this cold front pushes through tomorrow evening, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. We could see a couple of showers along this line. Then after that, we'll be nice and quiet for the rest of your Wednesday night. Then Thursday, we're starting off with some sunshine. Then we'll have some more storms pushing in by the end of the day. Surprise, surprise. As we go into tomorrow evening, we do have a chance for a couple of severe storms from Ames, then extending north and eastward. We could see some hail and some very strong winds as well. So we'll be on the lookout for that tomorrow night. Here's a look at your rainfall totals. We'll see a little bit more than this here in Ames, but you notice how it really, really picks up as you move into southeast Iowa. Over an inch possible in Davenport. We could have over 4 inches of rain over the next week or so here in Ames. 60 degrees tonight, temperatures rising all night long. It's going to be in the 60s when you wake up tomorrow morning. They'll be in the mid 80s for tomorrow afternoon. Very windy out of the southwest, 20 to 30 miles an hour throughout the day. Mix of sun and clouds. Then those storms will push in 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. As we go into the 7-day forecast, holy cow, look at all this rain. We've got a lot of it on the way. 85 tomorrow, 56 by Thursday. A big, big change. Heavy rain looking likely on Friday, Sunday, and also Monday. So we could be seeing 3 to 4 to 5 inches of rain by the time we get to next Tuesday. That's all the time we got for tonight. We'll be right back with sports.
When you're finished with your food or beverage cartons, toss it in the recycling bin. Because every carton is recyclable and can be turned into useful paper products. Put your carton in the bin with your other recyclables and let them start a new life. When the contents are gone, Let the carton live on. Recycle your cartons.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Hannah Allen. The Iowa State men's and women's cross-country teams are making waves in the NCAA. The women's team has moved up 2 spots to be ranked 15th nationally after a top 10 finish at this weekend's Invitational in Wisconsin. The Iowa State men's cross-country team is ranked 6th nationally after a 4th place finish at the same Invitational. The teams are preparing for the Big 12 Championship in Ames at the end of the month. Good luck to them. The Iowa State softball team will face off against the North Iowa Area Community College Trojans tomorrow at 4 p.m. The game was added to Iowa State's fall schedule after weather forced the cancellation of the Cyclones game against UNI at the annual Big Four Classic. Admission is free for all students at the Cyclone Athletic Complex. The Iowa State volleyball team will return to Hilton Coliseum tomorrow night to face off against Oklahoma. First serve before the Cyclones and Sooners will be at 6:30 p.m. The match will be Iowa State's annual Dig Pink match to promote breast cancer awareness. Fans are encouraged to wear pink to the match. It was announced today that Iowa State will play Bowling Green State and Tulane in the future. The games will take place starting in 2026. For now, the Iowa State football team is heading to number 25 ranked Oklahoma State this weekend. Oklahoma State is 4-1 overall and 1-1 in Big 12 play. Kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m. Saturday on ESPN2. Good luck to the Cyclones this weekend. Stay tuned after these messages for our final stories of the night. You're watching Newswatch.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back to Newswatch. More than 120,000 distinguished dapper gentlemen across the world dressed up in suits, bow ties, and tweed to ride their motorcycles to raise money for and awareness for men's health. The annual Distinguished Gentleman's Ride was organized by volunteers from over 650 cities and raised over $12 million since its first ride in 2013. This ride initially was held to combat the often negative stereotype of men on motorcycles, but it is now held to promote suicide awareness and men's health overall.
93-year-old World War II veteran Bob Williams of Long Grove, Iowa buys a box of Hershey chocolate bars every week. No, he doesn't eat them all, and no, it's not the secret to a long life. Williams hands them out for free to anyone who wants one and has been doing this for the past 10 years. Williams believes that he has handed out over 6,000 chocolate bars. When Hershey's discovered Bob's story in a local magazine, they decided to do a feature on him in their latest marketing campaign, and they will be his direct chocolate bar supplier from here on out.
I honestly think that is one of the sweetest things I have ever heard.
I agree. I'm just glad Hershey's saw them and now is going to be providing chocolate bars for his whole life. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Well, that's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch. Tune in on Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at our new name of GSTV. Be kind, be safe, and have a good night, Ames.